It's now fall out here in Northern Ireland, but nothing has fallen harder than this baby. Hey guys, Big Al here, and I'm quite excited because today we're going to need some balls. Now guys, I love balls. We don't test enough of them, and what I mean by that is golf balls. Let's be honest, they look the same, smell the same, if you're that way inclined. I'm sure if you follow the channel for a while, you'll know my love affair of the TaylorMade TP5 picks. I adore this golf ball. But today, I feel like I could potentially be unfaithful, because honestly, I feel like I could potentially hand palm one abstract. That hurt more than I thought it would. And then bring in an entirely new abstract in the shape of the stripe. Now I've got a little bit of a confession to make, okay? I have always loved the stripe pattern, but it's never been plastered on a ball that I'd use. Yes, so I'm very excited to say the 360 clear path alignment has arrived in the 5-layer, very popular TP5 range. So as part of our little test, I'm going to be playing this ball through a par 4, a par 5 and a par 3, and you're going to want to see this because I've already played them and you need to see it because it's interesting. Yes, it's amazing what a stripe can do, really. Yes. Now then, this is where the strength of the stripe comes in. I like to line this up with the stripe on the tee to basically aim at my target line, follow that path with the swing. Now, first par 4, let's go. Well, that felt very good. Now, I also feel if you've got the OP settings of pick and place during winter at your golf club, this ball's also going to be an advantage. We can line that baby up with the pin and just follow that line as well. It really is golf as a cheat code. Get close. Wow, I'm in love. I'm in love with this ball. Downhill left to right, but this is where the ball comes into its own because we can line this up with the intended line. I think that's pretty good. And I honestly feel now, as long as you've got the read right, it's all about pace. If you like to see this stripe, we've now got a line all the way back behind the putter, all the way through that we can just follow as long as we've got the pace right. And I haven't. Slightly too hard. And it's literally like a cheat code. I've got this whole line, like a track to follow, and in you go. Easy as that, really. So again, let's use that alignment. Now, some people might even like it perpendicular, but I do like it straight down the line, I've got to say. Follow that track all the way down. Now, if you're more of a tour response construction of golf ball, you're lucky. You've had this for a while, so I'm so happy to see this now in a TP5. Right, par 5, straight down this line. Wow, that's gonna go. Slightly ground before ball, but it was a rocket ship. But I know what you're thinking. I suppose that's great if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, but if you're in the Southern Hemisphere experiencing summer, what happens when the ball doesn't line up to your target line and you haven't got the ability to use your power up of pick and place? So this is another example of when it's fallen perpendicular to the target line, which is over there. Now this is where it goes beyond construction of golf ball, whether this visualization bothers you. Some people it will, some people it won't. For me, it doesn't bother me at all. I can almost blank this out, the fact that this is now a normal golf ball. The lines mean nothing because how it's lay. The lines are going between my legs, but my target line's left. Now, if this was, you know, I can move this a wee bit to the left. It's now pointing here. Would that bother me? Probably not. Some golfers maybe. And if that pattern does bother you for whatever reason, picks is probably the way to go for you. I can see this being a negative for some people for sure, but for me, I think it definitely outweighs the fact that I can line up my tee shots and I can line up my putts And in the winter, well, it's a cheat code. We're in 9-9 here. That is, we're, I think, maybe 10 feet for eagle. Perpendicular, who cares? Don't worry, we're going to replace that, but we've got a great chance now utilising the stripe for an eagle. Left to right, stripe, I think goes towards the left lip. Got my alignment on the putter all the way through, following the line of the stripe. Get in, boy! 2 under, through 2. Wow, that was the most effortless eagle I think I've ever had. Crikey. It's legit, baby. Yeah! Are you team picks as a pattern, or are you team stripe? Now, I know there'll be a lot of you like, well, I'm Callaway, I'm Titleist. For now, pattern versus pattern. I don't want to hear anybody, I didn't play this golf ball. Nobody cares. Pattern versus pattern, which one would you pick? I'll put the comments down in the description. Just upvote my comment. Are you stripe or are you picks? That simple. Right, lined up at the pin, slightly right because wind's off the right, and just commit. Mate, this is, it shouldn't be this easy. Can we go 3 under through 3? Could we? Looking good. Just off the fringe here. Now let's get one thing very, very straight. If you misread this, it doesn't matter where you're aiming. If you've read it wrong, you're going to miss it quite possibly. I think this is left edge. Follow that line. Don't hit it. Well, that would have been flipping class, but 2 under through 3. And I will, I'm already confident in the construction of the ball, because I know when we review things, we can seem quite on the fence. I want to be very neutral about a lot of the products that I test. But TP5 for me, for many years, has been one of the best golf balls that I've ever tested. Hence why it's never too far away from the big pocket of my bag. And I think the stripe, I feel, for some reason I've got emotional attachment with picks. Maybe we mix it up a little bit, but the stripe definitely gives me a lot more of a visual aid, personally, to that of the picks. I get more of a picks feedback when it's rolling, rather than when it's in its stationary position. So yeah, very, very interesting. Regardless, 2 fantastic golf balls. Pros and cons for both, I feel, but if you're going for a TP5 or even a Tour Response, you're not going to be far away, really. I don't want it to end. I really enjoyed that. 3 holes, 2 under. As far as splitting it up into, thirds of a 9 holes, that's not a bad third, is it? Let's be honest. I'll stand here and say it like I do with every other golf ball or club. It's not for everybody. I mean, TP5 definitely is for I'd say a minority of golfers. Tour Response is probably your attack angle. But patterns are becoming more of a selection on top of your actual golf ball construction. I think it's very important. It could put you off. I'm going to say it could turn you on. It could turn you on. I love balls. It could enable the best golf you've ever played. So really consider not only the construction of ball, get a ball fitting locally. I would strongly advise doing that. But again, look at whether a traditional ball not lining up helps you, or whether some sort of visual aid does so. Whether you like the funky picks pattern, whether you like that sort of stripe that we've seen in the past with the Tour Response, and now finally in the TP5. Guys, thank you as always for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you've not already done so. Click all notifications, because that way you'll get notified of all videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.